Welcome to Ask Sean, where I explore all sorts of questions about being human and invite you, the listener, to become more present to yourself, your relationships, and your life. I'm Sean Slevin, a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist. And if you have a question for me, you can send that to me anonymously at asksean.org. So I've been working on handstands lately, mainly just because they're fun and interesting, and they will make some other things possible if I can get good at them. And so one of the things I'm finding is that kind of an important prerequisite to practicing these more, like practicing handstands away from a wall, right, is I have to get good at falling out of them. Because how I have started is that I'll get up into a handstand and then I start to teeter over and then I just kind of like go straight over like a board, which does not feel good on my back. And it makes it scary then to try, right? Because it's like, if I get up there, then it's like, and at some point I'm going to start to tip over because I'm still getting my balance, still kind of getting the body awareness. And that's just a really sucky way to land. So I've been doing some really intentional work with a trainer, the person that I've mentioned that I practice falling and rolling through falls and whatnot because of some of the activities I do, horseback riding and skating, and so been working with him on how do I kind of better exit from a handstand instead of just slamming onto my back. Which is uncomfortable enough even on a padded floor where we practice, but is, obviously would be really dangerous and potentially quite damaging in other settings. So one of the things I'm finding is, it follows a lot of similar kind of principles as the other fall work that I have done, as there's really this element of learning how to sort of go with the fall. So as I start to tip over, I'm learning how to kind of intentionally collapse into it in such a way that I can then either go into a roll or sometimes even I can kind of almost sort of twist over and get a foot on the ground. And it's interesting how it's evolving as I'm practicing. But I'm just struck yet again by this principle of, going with the fall, right? Because it's like the temptation, right, is to resist it. And that's in some ways when I was, teetering over like a board, that's kind of what I was doing. Like I couldn't get my body to loosen up and sort of accept that like I am falling. This is a unstoppable reality now, and I need to fall like wisely, right? But there really is this element of like learning how to go with the fall, learning how to kind of, in a sense, accept what is already done, right? Like gravity has taken over. I'm not recovering from this and getting back upright. And so the question isn't a question. A question at that point is not, "Am I falling?" The question is, "How am I going to fall? And am I going to hurt myself or not? Will I fall well? Will I fall successfully, if you will?" Um, so I've been thinking about that, and I've been meaning to make a recording of this. And then I actually had something really, really hard earlier in the day today. Yeah, I had to have a hard conversation with a close friend, and there were some really good and healing things in that. There was also some things that were disappointing. Some things that I really wish could be different, but they are what they are. And so we humans, we tend to want to resist those moments, right? Something in us wants to fight against reality, right? We want something to not be true, not be the case. This can be about all sorts of things in life. And yet, if we resist, if we tense, if we brace, that's just like sort of being that sort of stiff board that's going to topple over and we're going to hurt ourselves. Whereas if we can be in the practice of sort of being soft, right? I don't mean soft in a unhealthy, weak kind of way. I mean soft in the sense of supple, like muscles are not meant to be tense; they're meant to be supple. Like that is, they can be strong but they also can be flexible, and so they can move. And so in this difficult conversation, as I, you know, received some hard to hear news, um, I I was able to be supple. I was able to sort of move with that, right? Um, and there were emotions, and they had emotions, and I had emotions, and we both had some tears about this hard thing. But it wasn't. We didn't hurt each other, right, in the process, and I didn't hurt them, right? By getting angry or fighting against or arguing or whatever, right? Like I just accepted, like, this is the thing that already is. It's not like it's happening and I can stop it. Like I'm getting information about something that just is reality. This is what is, and so that was able to make it a really sweet and connected time, even though difficult, right? Like because I could yield to that fall, if you will. The analogy is very imperfect here. But I could yield to the hard thing. I could yield to, the so to speak bad news, the hard to hear news. And yeah, and so I didn't hurt them. I didn't hurt myself. And then in the aftermath, I could have whatever additional emotions I needed to have, right? Like those weren't stuck. I wasn't getting like emotionally constipated, right? I could just have my grief, and which I'll probably still be having some more of, honestly. So yeah, so I just this is kind of one of my the in the vein of in process thoughts videos that I do, and yeah, wanted to offer this out to y'all, to think about, like, where are the places in your life where you can work to be more supple, to be soft, and to yield to the thing that is, and not brace against it, but to sort of to kind of to go with the fall, right? And to roll through it, which doesn't mean you don't have emotions, doesn't mean that stuff is easy, right? But it means it's going to, in the long run, it's going to be less painful. You're going to do less damage to yourself and to others if you can move with it, right? If you can recognize, oh, this is the thing that is, this is the thing that's happening, and yeah, so I need to just be with this now as opposed to railing against it or something. So yeah, so I hope this can be a helpful kind of prompt and encouragement to you and your day and in your week. So until next time, peace be with you.